San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo at South Bay Transgender Day of Visibility. Reverend David Harvey, founding pastor of Celebration of Faith, Praise, and Worship Center in San Jose. Transfixed from producer-director Alon Cole. Fireside chat held by Ken Yeager, Santa Clara County's first openly gay elected official. Bennett Marks offers a personal perspective on religious freedom. And welcome to our June 2016 edition of Outlook Video, our nationally recognized award-winning news magazine for LGBT communities. I'm Alice Heimsoth.
And I'm Jay Raley. As our country's national election season heats up, with respective presumptive nominees for the Republican and Democratic Party's presidential candidates commanding most of the domestic media attention, we'd like to bring you another story with international significance.
America's closest ally, Great Britain, has issued a traveling warning to its citizens, advising them to be very cautious when traveling in certain areas in the United States. The effects of the anti-LGBT legislation in Mississippi and North Carolina have now gone global.
Unbelievable.
Oh, really?
North Carolina's House Bill 2, often called the Charlotte Bathroom Bill, is a statewide policy that bans individuals from using public bathrooms that don't correspond to their biological sex at birth, the very definition of a transgender.
In addition to the provisions of the North Carolina law, Mississippi's religious liberties laws allows businesses and religious groups to deny services to the LGBT community if it goes against their religious beliefs. Services including counseling, wedding planning, and adoption support, among others.
The legislation passed in both these states will also block cities from passing their own non-discrimination laws, thereby preventing even local support for equal rights. As more conservative states consider this type of legislation, the Supreme Court may be the only recourse for preserving equal protection under the law.
In a more positive local news, at the Billy DeFrank Community Center, Aejaie Franciscus was able to talk with San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo. It was the Transgender Day of Visibility, celebrating transgender people and raising awareness of discrimination faced by transgender people worldwide. Their conversation included the needs of our community transgender and government's role in serving them.
To paraphrase comedian and musician Lynn Labner, the Bible contains 6 admonishments to homosexuals and 362 to heterosexuals. This doesn't mean that God doesn't love heterosexuals. It's just that they need more supervision.
Cute.
Find out more when Alice Heimsoth interviews Reverend David Harvey, founding pastor of Celebration of Faith, Praise and Worship Center in San Jose.
The SinQuest Film Festival in San Jose highlights the depth, talent, and diversity of filmmaking around the world. Last year's standout LGBT film was Transfixed, from producer-director Alon Cole. Aejaie Franciscus will talk to Alon about his documentary on Martine Stonehouse's love story and transition.
Later in our show, Kim Lawson will bring us coverage of the Billy DeFrank's LGBTQ 35-year celebration, where Ken Yeager, Santa Clara County Supervisor, held a fireside chat. He talked about the history of the DeFrank Center and the LGBTQ rights in our region, including his own involvement in the fight for equality.
Yeah.
Ken is the first Santa Clara County openly elected gay official.
Bennett Marks will join us again this month to share another of his insightful commentaries. Go Bennett, huh? As North Carolina and Mississippi try to preserve religious liberties at the expense of equal rights, Bennett brings us his personal perspective.
Always interesting.
Yes.
Now let's join Aejaie Franciscus in conversation with San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo at the Billy DeFrank Center Community Transgender Day of Visibility.
This is Aejaie Sellers, and I now have the distinct pleasure to speak with the mayor of San Jose, Sam Liccardo. Sam, thanks for joining me.
Hi, Jay. Always a pleasure.
Well, I want to first thank you for coming to the South Bay Transgender Day of Visibility. It is a wonderful event, and I'd love to get what your first impressions are.
Well, I think it's great. It's great to see folks gathering here at the Billy DeFrank Center and really see the center revived again as a center of the community, and particularly in the trans community where we know, frankly, government hasn't always been very receptive. We know anything but. And so opportunity for me to learn a little bit more, and I think for us to better understand the needs in the community so we can better respond.
Fantastic. So what are your thoughts on places where the government has kind of stepped in and really discriminated against not only the transgender community, but like in North Carolina, the LGBT community as a whole?
Sure. Well, that's a very long list. So I'm not sure how much time we have for this interview, but it's fair to say there has not been a level playing field in the history of governance. As I see sort of the opportunity points moving forward, I think it's really focusing on youth. We know we still have suicide rates that are far too high in the LGBTQ community, and certainly that's true within the trans subcommunity as well. And so being able to get into the mind of a 17-year-old who's going through all the challenges, help them with the mental health challenges, help them with drug and alcohol addiction issues, whatever may be really that they may be grappling with. I think government needs to be more responsive there.
I would even suggest that you look a little younger, like the 5 and 6 year olds. But well, that's just me.
That's a fair point.
So I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot.
Sure.
So a couple weeks ago, we were over at the county building and saw this beautiful flag raised above the county building.
Okay.
We know that there's a flag raising coming for Pride in June.
Right.
Any chance we're going to see a transgender flag flown with it?
Good question. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know why we wouldn't. So I'm happy to support it. To my knowledge, it had not been raised with us, but we're happy to fly both flags.
All right. Well, I will get a hold of your office and I'll get a hold of the district.
Let's do it. Yes. So Con Russo on my team is our LGBTQ liaison to the community. And so for anyone out there who wants to communicate about challenges that are going on, if you're not able to get a hold of me, contact Con and we can make sure we get on it.
Fantastic. Thank you for taking some time. I hope you enjoy the afternoon at the Day of Visibility, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Aejaie.